Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for coming back and watching. Today's video is going to be another tutorial. I'm going to be doing a more smoky look and I'm going to be playing with some greens. I feel like it's a nice sultry look that everyone can rock. If I can do it, I feel like you could do it too. So if you're interested, then just keep on watching. I'm taking my MAC Soft Ochre paint pot and I'm just going to use this to prime my eyelids. Today's look I'm going to be using this. This is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I'm going to be using this and there's a ton of really beautiful shades in here. Not to mention it smells super great. It smells like peaches, like almost like sour peaches, like the candy, sour gummy peaches, peach-o rings. Sour, I don't know what I'm trying to say. The first color I'm going in with is this one. This is White Peach, and I'm going to use this all over my lids just to set that primer. Why am I yelling? Make sure you cover everything completely because it sucks whenever you're trying to put your eyeshadow on and then you realize you didn't put a good powder base over your primer. For my crease color, I'm going to be using this color. This is called Puree, and it's just a nice brown tone. It's a beautiful color, and I'm going to be using a Morphe M504 brush, and I'm taking this all over my brush. Since I know I'm going to be doing a smoky eye already, I'm going to make sure that this color actually goes really high up, pretty much right underneath my brow. And I'm going to take this out. Don't worry about being super careful with the shape right now because for me personally, I like to shape it at the end. And remember, whenever you're putting your eyeshadows on, no matter if it's a crease shade or a lid shade or whatever, you want to use a light hand. I've noticed that with me, I tend to get very heavy-handed, and then I wonder later on why everything looks super, I guess, muddy and just like too much. And I've learned that I have to be consciously aware that I have to use a lighter hand. And that really is a great tip I feel like I've picked up from other people on YouTube. It makes the biggest difference, guys. Blending and using a light hand, those are the best tips I've ever gotten. Also, tilting my head back so I can see exactly where the color is going to be. And I am going to be fixing my eyebrows later on. I know they look kind of crazy. Next, I'm taking the color Summer Yum right next to Puree, and I'm using this Morphe M200 brush. It's just another crease brush. And I'm taking this, and I'm just going to deepen the crease. This color is going to go right on top, but it's not going to go as high. It's still going to go really high, but not as high. It's really just going to go right in that crease, a little above the crease, and that's going to be it. And then we're just going to blend it. Alright, and before we move on to the next color, I'm just going to blend those colors a little bit more. I want them to be way softer, and I'm just using a clean MAC 217 brush. And I'm going to go on the edges of those colors together and just blend it out. Again, really light hand. You don't need to be rushing this part. I know that, you know, it's hard and it sucks to just sit there and blend forever, but it'll be worth it. You will be loving your makeup later on, I promise. So we're gonna get into the smoking part of it, and I'm gonna go in and use this shade right here. It's like a blackened green shade, and it's called Tempting, and I'm just taking this brush right here. It's a flat shader brush, so it's really easy actually to pack the shade on because these shadows are very pigmented. They're a touch powdery, which is perfect for this. So I'm gonna pack this onto my lid right up to the crease, and then we're going to use a clean brush to blend that out. And we don't want to put this exactly where we want it to end, just because blending it out is going to diffuse it. You don't want it to get too muddy and crazy looking. Oh my gosh, I got some of the shadow in my mouth, and I'm not saying that's good for you, but it tastes really good. It tastes like peaches. Wow, okay, anyways. This is an M433. It's just like the MAC 217, and I'm going to blend the edges of that very lightly, blending the edges of this color. And I like to periodically clean my brush off so there's not excess powder on there, and I just take this is from Sephora, it's a color switch, and I just rub my brush all around in there, just to get the excess off. And it's still going to be a little dirty. That's totally fine. As long as you get the extra powder off of there, you're good to go. I didn't bring the color all the way up to where I wanted it initially when I packed it on with that flat shader brush. So with this, I'm blending it out and blending it up. And then I'm going to go in with that flat shader brush again and pack Tempting onto my lid once more. And then blending it out once more. All right, so that looks pretty good. It's about where I want it to be. And so I'm going to move on and do the same exact thing on this eye. And I promise you, this is the most time-consuming part. I think the whole process of layering the eyeshadow really makes a difference. We're gonna take this green color right next to it. It's called Bless Her Heart. And I'm just gonna take my pinky and pack that right into the center of that black shade. And then kind of go from the center and then work my way out. So just like that. Creating a very even color all around. And it gives it a nice green gold look. The next shadow we're going to go in with is this shadow called Lucious. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous color. So this is the shade. It is so beautiful. It's just... ugh, I love it. It's so beautiful. You guys, great shade. I'm just taking this smaller shader brush, and then I'm going to put this on the inner area, inner corner, and a little bit into my eyelid. So I'm going in with this Marc Jacobs black liner. Right now I'm just taking a pointed Q-tip. It's one of the precision tip Q-tips. And my Garnier Miscellar cleansing water, and I'm just going to clean up that line. Look at all that fallout. That's crazy. So I'm going to clean all that fallout on my face. All right, moving on to the face, I'm going to start with Benefit Porefessional. I just recently started using this because I've just recently started to get even more oily. Very frustrating, but this stuff is great. I really didn't know where to start because I've never had to buy a primer that was specifically for oils. And I've just heard a ton about this one. And so far, it's been really great. And it smells really nice too. So for foundation today, I'm going to be using this. This is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. It's beautiful. It has a beautiful finish, and I am the shade Warm Beige. Okay, and I'm just going to use a sponge to blend this all out. Gotta move my sideburns. And since this is a smoky eye, you want to make sure that underneath your eyes is very bright and contrast that look. And I'm using this LA Girl Pro Conceal in, woo, I almost dropped it, but I got it. Pro Conceal in the color Creamy Beige. Then blending that out with that same sponge. So I'm going to be taking this one. This is the same concealer, but it's a different shade. This one actually matches my skin tone. And I'm going to use this to cover some blemishes. And I'm taking the same sponge and I'm going to further blend it very lightly, just tapping around it. So next I'm going to take this. This is a Becca Poured Shimmering Skin Perfector in the color Opal. And it's just like a cream highlight. I really like this. It's very beautiful. I like to warm it up on my finger and then I put it on the back of my hand, just tap it, just to really warm it up and make sure that it's nice and smooth. And I'm just going to take this on the tops of my cheekbones, and this just adds a little something extra. Next, I'm going to be baking my face with this Dermablend loose setting powder. This is just the translucent one. I'm going to do a pretty heavy bake. I don't really bake a ton anymore, but I feel like for smoky looks like this, where I want the face to look very flawless, I feel like it's a pretty nice step to take. Then I'm going to take this. This is a Maybelline Fit Me Powder in the medium shade. And I'm going to use this along with a sponge to go ahead and set the rest of my face as well. And I'm just going to take this e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush. And then I'm going to buff out that powder to make sure that there's no patchy parts, I guess. I'm going to use this butter bronzer in the medium shade. They have, or I actually finally found the medium shade in the butter bronzer, and this is a really great bronzer. I do feel like it's a little dark for my skin, so I was thinking of using the original one. I've actually never used butter bronzer before this because I just felt like the lighter one looked like it was never going to show up on my skin tone. The scent I'm not too crazy about. It is very tropical like people say, but it's kind of too artificial for me. And I'm using this Morphe M530 brush. This is a really, really great brush if you want a very sculpted contour look. And I'm taking this Japanesque stippling brush. It's just a large stippling brush. I'm gonna kind of diffuse that because I feel like it's pretty dark in some areas. I'm also just gonna brush off that bake. Okay, next I'm gonna take this Burt's Bees blush. This is in the color Bare Peach. I'm gonna go ahead and redefine my brows with this Sephora angled brush and spoolie and this Anastasia powder, and this is just in the dark brown duo. And I'm taking Summer Yum again and just this brush right here, and I'm going to just blow this out. This is a Crown C513 brush, and I'm using Tempting again. I'm adding a little bit of that light green Bless Her Heart shade on the middle part and kind of on the inner part of my eye. Now I'm going to add some highlight. This is from Dose of Color. This is in the Desi x Katie collection, and this is Mirame. Then I'm going to put lashes on because my lashes are looking a little sparse right now. These I just got. This is the Morphe Premium Lash in the shade, this style, So Charming. Today I'm going to be using this NYX lip liner. It's a NYX Suede lip liner in the color Soft Spoken. And for my lip color, I'm going to use this Lancome lip shaker. It's a matte lip shaker in the shade Completely Nut. And I'm just going to shake it up. And then you take it out, and there's a little sponge applicator with the product right on the tip. And I'm going to apply this to my lips. And lastly, I'm going to use this Morphe Continuous Setting Mist to set my face. It is a super fine mist, so you have to kind of be patient when you're putting it on, not to just like keep spraying until you feel it, because it will take a second for it to hit your face. So what I like to do is I like to kind of angle it up above my face and then just let it fall. So let's just do that. Alright guys, and that is the finished look. This is everything that I came up with. I really love the eye look. It's something very different for me, and it's something that I will definitely wear if I want to wear something out. That is pretty much it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos just like this one. And I will catch you in my next one. Bye!